Hey guys, just want to put a quick video together. Before I get started though, you guys know Nick 540, right? You see him around quite a bit. I know that we share a lot of subscribers. He did a video a couple weeks ago for Silver Gold Bull. It's part of a promotion they have, a contest. You can win $1,000 in store credit. And honestly, it's a pretty fun video. It's campy, it's silly, but he needs our help. I'm going to link the video. If you could just please click on it and maybe like it. I'd really like to see Nick do well in this contest. He's going through a bit of a tough stretch right now, and I'd love to see him win this. Nick is a fantastic guy. Really, really nice. One of our Canadian buddies, and I'd really like to see him win this. So if you could just take a moment and click on that, that'd be great. So I was watching one of Raw Dog's videos yesterday, and there was a comment on his video from a guy named Fast Eddie 2013. I'm not highlighting this to make light of it or to mock him in any way. I just felt really bad when I read it. The comment was, "Congrats to you, Raw Dog, for living such a frugal lifestyle. Now you're reaping the rewards. I've been just the opposite. I didn't care about college when I was younger. I never cared about saving money. All the jobs I've ever had have been minimum wage dead-end jobs. Now I'm 41 years old, have nothing, no savings, no retirement, living in a rundown apartment. I'm going through a midlife crisis right now, realizing all the mistakes I've made. I'm trying really hard to turn it around now." That killed me. It did. It's one thing to lash out at others and blame them for mistakes in your life, but once you realize that it's of your own doing, that's a tough pill to swallow. It's tough. And, we've said before, there's a lot of pain out there, and, he's certainly not in a unique situation. And, I really empathize with what a lot of people are going through right now. In all honesty, it could be you or me next. You just don't know where this is all headed. So, I called this Live Hard, Stack Harder. The point of this is to kind of live like you're wealthy, even if you aren't. And guys, I'm not saying, go on a cruise and save, upgrade to the highest price level for bargain prices. I'm not talking about that. That's all silly stuff. I'm literally talking about things that don't cost a thing that you get the most enjoyment out of. And obviously, the more of that you can find in your life, the more money that you'll free up to, well, if you want to stack silver, great, but you can use it for other things in your life. I think back to my childhood. I wonder if you guys have similar experiences. I tried to literally pin down my exact memories and what they were. And it was funny. Every single good childhood memory I have doesn't involve money. Nothing. I can't even think of one, guys. Whenever I think about my childhood, it was spending time with my dad, out in the backyard, throwing the baseball around, throwing the football around, pretending that I was, at the time, Bob Greasy, throwing that football, Larry Zonka. That's the kind of stuff I remembered. Watching football with my dad. He worked 6 days a week, and he would, Sunday meant a nice dinner and football. My father got divorced when I was young. So this was stuff that I really enjoyed doing. Going out in the woods. I was Tom Sawyer, playing in the stream and everything else. That's what I remember doing. That was great as a kid. Now, all you parents out there, I guarantee you've had this moment. My wife and I certainly have. You buy your kid an expensive present for Christmas. You can't wait for them to open it up. And they open it up, they're excited. And then an hour later, they're playing with the box. And what do you guys say? I guarantee you've said it at some point. We should just bought in the box, right? And you guys chuckle. It's funny. And it's universal. Trust me. When you're a kid, nobody thinks I'm going to grow up to be poor. Nobody says that. Nobody says, I'm going to grow up dirt poor. I'm going to have a menial job and a tough existence. Can't wait. Nobody says that. Everybody dreams big when they're kids. You're going to be an astronaut. You're going to be a movie star. You're going to be a rap star. You're going to be a basketball player. It doesn't matter where you come from. You dream big. Reality is cruel. It's rough. What are the psychological effects when you kind of give that up? Fast Eddie's kind of going through that right now, right? Now that he realizes where things went wrong. The 20s is a big trap. Big time. Right? All of a sudden, you're used to a certain lifestyle with your parents. Usually, your parents are in a pretty good spot by the time that you're a teenager. They've had time to accumulate, and maybe you have decent vacations. So now here you are. You're probably still living with your parents, and you get your first job. You're flush with cash. And you start spending. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My dog's dreaming in the background. You start spending as though you're making a ton of money, and it feels like you have a ton of free cash. So what do? You go out and buy a nicer car than you probably should. You put a nice car stereo in it. Maybe you go on vacations that normally you wouldn't. And oh my God, I got a credit card now? And you start running them up. And you're living like you're rich, but you're not. And now you just dug a hole for yourself that's going to be really hard to get out of. That's rough. So the whole point of this is, what do you do that doesn't cost a thing, that'll free up money for stacking silver, or whatever you want to do, stack cash, buy gold, whatever you want to do with it. It's not necessarily silver driven. I tell you what, there's nothing better to me than a summer day sitting out my back deck listening to a Red Sox game with a nice cold glass of iced tea or something. I love it. Nothing better than going in the backyard and either throwing the baseball with my son or kicking the soccer ball with my daughter. Nothing better. Nothing better than going to the basketball court, shooting hoops with my kids. Nothing better. As far as having to do something that costs money, well, we have a local college team that plays basketball, and it's free, so we go to that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to see the Celtics play. But it's free. It's up the road. There's a lot of things that I'm finding in my life, and I feel like liberated. I'm out of debt. I don't have any debt. And I realize that I'm in a good spot now. I certainly wish I made more money. But you know what? I'm finding things to do with my time that don't cost a thing. A buddy of mine and I, on my days off, there's a mountain about 20 minutes away. You can't go half an hour in Vermont without hitting a mountain. And in the winter, it's 20 degrees out. We love going hiking. Great exercise. You dress warm. It clears your mind. It clears your lungs. It is just the most amazing thing. It's so quiet in the woods. All you hear is the snow crunching under your feet and the snow falling from the tree branches. Even the wildlife isn't really out and about. It's dead quiet, and it is awesome. Free stuff. Having kids made me realize, growing up when I was in my 20s and maybe even early 30s, it was all like consumption. It was all, I needed to have this, I needed to have that, I needed to have the latest toy, I needed the big screen TV, I needed the new car. And having kids made me realize that's just not really doable. That time is the most important thing. It's the most precious commodity that we have. It's more precious than silver or gold. And there is definitely a limit on it. And the relationships that you build is so much more important than the things that you buy. So all I'm saying is, look in your life. What do you enjoy that's free? Concentrate on that, and you'll find that you suddenly start having money for stacking silver or anything else that you want to put it towards. All right, guys. To me, that's real wealth. Talk to you later.